A ticket to freedom. Rob Malville's clients have all served long prison sentences and now struggle to cope with life outside. The housing trust he works for welcomes society's lost souls and helps them find a fresh path through life. Rob's support team operates 24 hours a day, piecing together damaged lives from disparate fragments, shards, and splinters. It's still dark when Rob pulls up in front of the Parkview hostel. He's in his usual spot facing the 3-story Victorian building. It's typical of the red brick properties in this peaceful residential neighborhood. In the last 150 years of its history, it has witnessed 4 different owners and a steady stream of temporary residents. A wintry blast carries a cloud of arboreal debris across the open parkland opposite. Crumpled remnants swirl past his vehicle, flutter in the path of his headlights and then shy away from view. This morning, the solid old building affords shelter against the season's harsher elements. At 7 a.m. it's not unusual for the 10 occupants to be waking in their own rooms, preparing for the day ahead or heading downstairs for breakfast. Solitude is an option in the hostel, however the members of the household are encouraged to eat together and share domestic duties. Rob can't get past the front door and rings the bell. It's George who pulls the heavy door ajar. His steady equine gaze peers at Rob over the slack security chain. "What time do you call this a Y?" says Rob and smiles. "Have I missed something?" George snorts and shakes his head. "What's the password?" Rob shrugs his shoulders. "Come on, have a go." How about open sesame? I have changed it," he smiles. "We can't let anybody wander in." George isn't responsible for portal security, but ever since the household elected him as their representative 6 weeks ago, he has performed this task with wry aplomb. "Seriously? It's freezing out here. In that case it's bye time." "Hey, listen," says Rob, lifting a square cardboard box. "I've got Peter's cake." George raises an eyebrow. "Cake, did you say?" "Yeah. It's for his farewell lunch. Now you're talking." He fumbles with the chain. "Just a lucky guess." George grins at Rob from the hallway and a crooked finger beckons him over the threshold. "Did you sleep better with your new meds?" Derek left in the middle of the night and I missed all the excitement. I knew he was struggling again, but, he owed a dealer big time. George furrows his brow. "They wanted to break his legs." Rob pauses in the hallway as George secures the entranceway once more. "Day support can tell you more. I'll catch you later, George." They fist bump in midair. "You better get in there or you'll be late again." George has settled in well here over the last year. He's thinking ahead and making plans. George's latest big business scheme is to sell pre-made jigsaw puzzles in picture frames. He's convinced it'll be a great success. The support team is encouraging him, but dreams are 10 a penny here. Rob punches in the door code and enters the office. Stella is keen to discuss the contact notes left by the night support workers. "Just so you know, they've all had their morning meds except Peter. He's been up all night packing his bags. That'll save us a job," Rob says, resting the cake box on his desk and opening the lid. "I grabbed this on the way in, for Peter's goodbye bash. Gorgeous, but too many calories for me." Stella flips a page of foolscap. "I'll sort out the sandwiches and get snacks and fizzy pop. Get George those cheese string things he likes." Rob boots up his PC. "They'll keep him in a good mood." "Okay, so last night the whole gang was quiet except for Derek. No surprise there." Rob glances at his stationary progress bar. He's left his key and done a runner. Stella loosens jacket and hauls off her knitted scarf. "George told you, right? Let's flip his mattress and boil wash any usable linen." "He's out, just like that." "Probation called yesterday," Rob says, catching her eye. "That guy we saw last week is waiting for a room and his funding is in place." That's a fast turnaround. Derek never engaged, and his rent was 6 months behind. He had his warnings. "We've got bills to pay here." End of story. The managers have to be tough at Parkview Hostel. There are plenty of men waiting for a second chance at life. There aren't many rules here and the clients are all given the benefit of the doubt. Way beyond what was acceptable in jail. They have 3 outcomes as a result of time in Parkview: recalls, remainers or leavers. Derek is the classic recall: bad attitude, unfocused and easily led astray. He never took advantage of the help available and fell back into his old habits. He has breached his license agreement again and now he's on his way back inside. George is more complicated because he's a Remainer. After long stretches behind bars, H.
For all my idols who have helped me, here's a few short words to fulfill the story requirements. Then I'll get into the good stuff. I'm indecisive and it always leads to my failures, and this story is about me talking about people who've helped me deal with this indecisiveness and the consequences. Anyway, here are a few words of appreciation for the people in this modern world that have helped me get through said depression. Please do take the time to read the whole thing, many of these people are not recognized or appreciated enough. Mind you, this list will be mostly music artists and YouTubers. Please don't judge me, and don't say that some of the music artists have done bad things, or have been involved in scandals. If the music artist is like that, then let me inform you that it will only be their music. Don't worry. I may not know much yet about some people, that's because I've only just found them or because I've just been really, really busy trying not to fail life. There are definitely people I didn't write about, but if I did write about them I would never finish this list. So I will only mention those I have time to write before the deadline, who have affected me the most and whom I love the most. Let's start with the big one. Rumi Official. Joel Bergult. One of the original YouTubers that have been there since the very start, his videos are music and comedy. I only discovered him at the start of the summer, but I created a channel, DJ Antisocial, to subscribe and support him. Now, many people think his videos are cringy, but he's really hilarious and is just trying his best. Being a YouTuber can be really stressful, and he cares for us fans. He's not afraid to speak his mind and shows he's human, unlike a lot of celebrities. He laughs a lot and lets us make fun of him, in a joking manner of course. I mean come on, Joel, that's not how you drink water. His voice is amazing, with a heavy Swedish accent, and his music producing skills are on point. Livin' for That has such a dreamy atmosphere and true lyrics, and it's just a great song in all. His singing impressions sound a lot like the originals. Especially the Bastille one. Bahama Blue Eyes, a bright smile and baby face are a bonus. And let's not forget Jonas the editor and Chai. Jonas has an animation channel as well, and he has only one video but it's a great video, NF. The rapper who doesn't curse or promote. People say he's like a copy of Eminem, but I disagree. NF has never rapped about making lots of money, or women. While I respect Eminem's rapping skills, in my opinion, NF is a lot better than him. Eminem talks about being the best. NF talks about how he isn't. NF's songs are medicine, for him and all his fans. He raps about his problems and the problems of us fans. He has mental problems but pushes through. He doesn't care about the fame, or the money. He just wants to help us, and his own mental state. And for the people who say his music is violent, it's not. It's angry. He's angry for the unfairness of life, for the hardships he's always gone through, and for us. For the fact that most of his fans are dealing with things they shouldn't have to. That they come up to him and tell him that his music is the only reason they're alive. My Chemical Romance. The emo group. Yes, the only songs I know are Teenagers and Welcome to the Black Parade. But they are amazing, and they have helped me express my frustrations when I feel like no one understands me, or when I feel really bad about death, and just imagine that they're rocking out with a black parade, away from the suffering of life. G-Note, Green Day. Only a few songs, again. The classics American Idiot, 21 Guns, Holiday, Jesus of Suburbia, Wake Me Up When September Ends and Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Boulevard was a great song for every night I lied at home, alone, with no friends, and just feeling dead because of the sheer amount of work and lack of sleep. Even with the extremely meaningful lyrics of the songs, they were just great songs to rock out to. Screaming, "Don't Wanna Be an American Idiot," is just hilarious when you're an American idiot. Panic at the Disco. Yes, I'm aware he has allegations against him. His music is what we're talking about. His voice is absolutely beautiful, no one can deny that. The first time I found one of his songs, High Hopes, I played so much my dad wanted to undownload it and never hear it again. His lyrics have deep meanings, or sometimes it's pretty obvious. The way he sings, too, is also great for me to try and sing along. Compared to other girls, I have a slightly lower voice and his songs are perfect for my voice and have many great ways to push it with vocal runs. Well, when he's not singing into the unknown, Halsey. I know quite a few songs of hers, and she is an amazing artist. When I play her music in the car my dad says it's boring, but let me just tell you this, people don't need to hit ridiculously high notes for them to be G.